Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel with my husband.
Hi everybody.
For the topic today is about the land update.
A land update. All right.
Yes.
Finally we have some good news, huh?
Yes.
I'll tell you. Well, if you've watched any of her videos or mine about this land acquisition we started like 15 months ago, we've had our issues, to say the least. And so the primary issue for the longest time was getting the title to the land.
Yes.
And the good news is that when we bought it, there was no encumbrances, there were no cloud over the title. Everything was pretty damn straightforward. Where we ran into issues was with the attorney
Yeah.
that we hired.
Yes.
And we're not going to say his name,
Yeah.
but what he did was he gleefully took our money,
Yes.
her money actually, she paid for it.
Yeah, I pay.
Yeah. And
He
she made
come
it-
very early.
Yeah, yeah.
But the price, the paper is more than 1 year.
Yeah. So what he did is he grabbed the money and made a lot of promises, and he did some stuff in the beginning.
Yes.
You know, for about maybe a week called 2 weeks. Let's be free with our time here, and then nothing. And he basically just took our file and put it who knows where, and just did nothing with it to move it forward. Just again, if we and people. We're not the only ones that are using this guy, and they're having similar problems. But that's another story. We would call him, and he would respond real quick the first couple of weeks. He would jump on things and give us answers at least. But then he stopped returning emails or calls, or he came up with excuses. One of his excuses, the last one, was, well, we just had a baby.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, congratulations.
Yes.
I mean, I've had 3 kids. I still showed up at work, you know. I mean, you got to feed those kids, right? But see, he had already been paid, and he just didn't care. And he's just not a good guy. And that's just the way it is. And we really had no way of vetting this guy or finding out much about him. But I think we've come to a cure for that. So we'll keep that in our back pocket for another video to maybe help you guys
Yeah.
if you're thinking about doing this in the future. So, much to our amazement, we had our good friend JR
Yeah.
with JRC Visa step in and just said, again, we're friends, and he said, let me try to help you with this. And he's moved heaven and earth to move this thing forward. He's done more in 30 days than this guy did in 14 months. And so we always want to tip our hat to JR
Yeah.
and thank him. However, what's the deal with the Kubo? Isn't that what we started talking about?
Yes.
You said you had a Kubo?
Yeah.
I wonder if people even know what a Kubo is. I'll tell you what, a Kubo is a bamboo little house. And I'm going to stop this portion of the video so we can slip a clip in of the Kubo that got delivered this morning.
Yeah.
All right, so here comes that clip. All right, so now if you didn't know, you now know what a little Kubo is. And what's the function of that Kubo? Well, the Kubo is a dwelling, and it will provide 3 different services for us. Number 1, it will allow us to get a building permit because we're moving forward with all of that. The title, like I said, is probably 95% of the way being completed. And we don't plan to build next year, so why are we moving forward with this stuff? Well, we have found through trial and error that it takes forever to get anything done around here. So we put this Kubo on the property today.
Yeah.
And that will now allow us to get a building permit,
Yes.
because you can't get a building permit without a building. And you can't just put a stick in the ground and say, okay, that's it. Doesn't work that way. So in order to get the building permit completed, we needed to have a dwelling. May intelligently picked a little Kubo. It was only $500, I think. They delivered it, as you saw
Yeah.
in the clip. They did it quick too, man. I mean, it only
Very
took about
fast.
an
Yeah.
hour, 15 minutes. These guys just, they know what they're doing. It wasn't their first rodeo.
Gold
So,
delivery.
good delivery.
Yeah.
So what does a Kubo do? All right. Well, it serves as a building, so we can get a building permit. It also allows us to get power and water,
Yeah.
because they have to, when they hook up the power, they have to hook it up to a building. They can't, like I said, just hook it up to a stick and we stuck in the mud. And then thirdly, it will provide shelter from the storm and from the heat when we do eventually bring a crew in to actually build your house.
Yeah.
And that is going to be next year. So, but it's there and it's ready to go. And I guess I missed a step, is that probably 50 to 60% of all the people either own older homes or are building new homes get a Kubo. They just like them. And it's some place to go outside and just sort of sit down and relax if
Yeah.
the weather's, not
Fresh air.
fresh air.
Yeah.
And just gives you a place to kind of get out of the house and out there.
Yeah.
And the women love it because they go out there and they play cards and bingo.
Yeah.
And they sit there and chatter at one another, and it gives us a break from all that. Get them out of the house and into the Kubo, or vice versa. I might have some of the boys over, and she doesn't want to listen to us, so
Yeah.
go out to the Kubo. And
If you drink the coffee,
yeah,
you can sit in the Kubo.
a lot of people, they just want to get out of the house, and the patio is not, they're just a different point of view, I guess, because so many people have them out here. And I think the motivation to originally get one is the same as ours. They needed it for another purpose. And then once they had it, we could easily sell it, I suppose. We could easily donate it. We could get it off the property if it wasn't our cup of tea. But it'll be something that we keep, and we have it at the back of the property also.
Yeah.
House would be in front of that. And then there you go. You got yourself a Kubo.
Yes.
And you're really getting excited now about
Yeah.
the land.
Because I'm very happy about they have the Kubo, because that is the requirement to the municipal.
Right. So
Yes.
you can't get a permit without that puppy there.
Yes.
You can't get power without that bad boy there. Interesting little factoid about power is May has to go online and Skype, I believe, and go through a 7-hour class about electricity. So she can get a little card that says she's a
Yeah.
whatever, I forget the name of it.
Like the ID, Noreco.
Noriko,
Yeah.
that's what it is. You get a
Noriko.
Noriko ID card,
Yeah.
and that means you're entitled to go ahead and hook up electricity. But I don't think you can hook up the electricity until you get that little Noriko card. I may be wrong about that. We'll find out. Every time we go to the municipality, it's a new adventure.
No, the end. I always going there for sign up, for the water, and then the next electric.
And you can't just go to one place, because one place you go in and go, okay, well, you got to go visit these 3 other places
Yeah.
first, and then you come back to us, and then you go back to them, and they need to sign off on it, but the guy that's supposed to sign off on it, he went on vacation, so, it's just, we're doing it now because I figure in my heart of hearts, we've got a good 9 months before we actually get serious about building. We may jump the gun a little on that, I don't know. But wouldn't it be nice, isn't it going to be nice,
Yeah.
to have all this time, where before we were in such a hurry because the construction was going
Yeah.
on. We thought the construction was going on. And we were so pressure cooker to get this stuff done and get it handled and get it over with. And I'm a deadline kind of minded guy anyway. So I was like, we got to get this, got to get through this.
Yeah.
But now it's like, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. You know, if you guys want your money, you can have it from us. But you're going to be able to go in there
Yeah.
and push through.
Yes.
And it's at a point now where her sister was helping her as far as kind of greasing the wheels, if you know what I mean, and getting the verbal lubricants going with these women. But May's confident now she can just pop in there on her own. She knows them. She knows what to ask. They know her, which is even better. And they like each other. So, so much of that's important out here in this culture is the saving a face and being polite.
Yeah.
And you come in with a little gift.
Yes.
You bring them some fruit. You brought them 100 pesos worth of lanzones.
Yeah.
And my God, these women dropped everything else they were doing and ran over and did her paperwork for $2 worth of fruit.
That is
So,
the Filipino default. If you have a
You're
gift,
telling me.
very fast.
You're telling me. Don't I know it? My God. It's just a whole different creature out here. So that's kind of the update.
Yes.
I mean, this video is kind of short and sweet and to the point.
Yeah.
But it's got, I think, some cool, interesting footage in there. These guys, man, I'll tell you, these dudes, they built that Kubo for you.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yes.
we wanted the least expensive. We did not need a big fancy house that they built. They will build up to $100,000, $2,000. They'll build those. But we don't need that. We
Yeah.
just needed a place, like I said, for when workers come out, they've got shelter from the sun or the rain. They've got a place to sit down and take their lunch break.
Yeah.
They've got a place to just lay down and take a nap if they want to. And moving forward, same thing for us. We just want to go outside and get out in the air, and there's not too many bugs or mosquitoes.
Yeah.
We can sit out there and just have our coffee
Yeah.
or a cold beverage and shoot the breeze with our friends, or
Yeah.
just by ourselves or with each other.
Yes.
Doesn't
And
matter.
then you have a plan, right? Planting the vegetable.
Yeah, we're trying to plant. We're going to plant vegetables out there. We went out there today, and everything's just a mess. I mean, her brothers, God love them, they made those plots.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's just filled with weeds. I mean, you put onions and stuff in there,
Onions.
but it's looking shabby. I mean, I think I took some footage of it and made some snarky remarks about it, but there's no water.
Yeah, no
so
water.
it's it was fun to try, but that will come too. That too shall pass. That will be in your future. You'll have
Yes.
your little garden out there.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun once that's all hooked up. We put a little drip irrigation in there again before we start building the house. And I know her. Once that thing's up there, she'll hop on her scooter
Yeah.
and put a dog on there with her too and buzz up to that property because we've got it fenced in too. I don't know if we mentioned that, but
Yeah.
it's been fenced in. So it's not to be fiddled with. And she'll go up there and fart around for an hour or two with the garden
Yeah.
and planting, letting the dogs run around. And it's going to be a fun little project. And the best part about it now is that I don't feel like I'm under any kind of time crunch or deadline. We can just relax,
Yes.
let things fall into place.
Yes.
And as soon as you take the pressure or your foot off the gas, it seems instead of slowing down, things seem to speed up for some reason. Because you just don't care. You know, if you got my permit, great. You don't?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Call me when you do. And then we'll come back.
Yes.
And once people realize they don't have you over a barrel, they tend to treat you a little better, I think. But
Yeah.
that's just my opinion.
Yes.
Got anything else going on in your
For
life?
me, is very important for me now. I like that transfer the title for my name.
Right.
That is very important.
Right. All this other stuff we're talking about with the Kubo and all that
Yeah.
is we know it's necessary and we want to go ahead and get it done, like I said, and keep moving forward,
Yeah.
but at a much different pace. And we're not going to invest another penny past this until that title is actually
Yeah.
in May's hands.
Yes.
I'm not judging here, but I'm watching friends build places, and
Not no
I'm
claim title.
I'm hopefully optimistic for them because I really like these people. They're good people. They just want a place like we do. They just want to build something for their wife to leave her because of the age gap, and they want it to be nice and they want it to be comfortable. But to me, the building is of course very important, but my primary focus right now is title.
Yeah,
it's
the clean
not like the
title.
states where everything goes through title,
Yes.
escrow, and boom. Nope. These people get paid up front, and you got to rely on them sometimes to get the title to you. Anyway, there's 1,000 different examples I could draw out for you. I am just a little nervous about some guys that are in like maybe subdivisions or whatnot, and the lawyers that they're using, I hope they do better and perform better than ours did, because ours was just a flat-out deadbeat. And there's no nice way to put it. That's just what he was. And we were ill-informed. We had actually been referred to this guy, told he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And the guy that referred him to us was actually taking a kickback from him. And I didn't know that, but now I do. So, people come into your life for a reason, and that one was really kind of a wake-up call for me to put my BS detector on a little higher with these people. As I get older, I get more trusting. And she's always pointing it out to me. She goes, you shouldn't have fallen for that. I mean, you're a smart guy, Paul. I said, 10 years ago I wouldn't have. But as I get older, I just kind of become more vulnerable. In fact, I just did that in a video that I just did, talking about that, aging. So anyway, but I got her to keep me online. So we should be cool from this point forward.
Yes.
And thanks for joining us on our little journey.
Yes.
We're going to try to do our best to show you the good, the bad, and just keep it real as far as I can see.
Yes.
No point in, pretending everything's great when it's not. We like to come out and talk about when things are bad, when things are good, and just, be sincere and
Yes.
as straightforward as possible, I
Yes.
guess, right?
For me is learn for the mistake
There you
from
go.
the past.
There you
Yes.
go. Take that to the bank. All right. See you in the next
So,
video, I suppose, right?
Thank you so much, Daddy Paul, for helping me for making the video.
I
And
know.
guys, see you next video. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.